Stop satisfying your hunger and start decoding the frequency signature of everything you consume. Because the substance on your plate is either crystallizing your light body or collapsing it one meal at a time. This Arcturian pulse transmission initiates a complete dietary recalibration at the etheric template level, dissolving the programmed hunger loops that keep your carbon vessel dense, inflamed, and disconnected from its plasma potential. We are not speaking of nutrition as your world defines it. We are addressing the scalar resonance of ingested matter, the way every molecule you absorb either harmonizes with your ascending crystalline architecture or feeds the very frequency inversion that holds you in biological limitation. By the end of this journey, your relationship with food will no longer be governed by craving, habit, or industrial programming. It will be governed by the sovereign intelligence of your own morphogenetic field, reading each substance for its true vibrational yield before it ever reaches your lips. Receive this transmission now. Calibrate, absorb, transform. There is a war being waged against your light body through the most intimate act you perform every single day, the act of eating. And this war is not waged with weapons you can see. It is waged with engineered frequency signatures embedded in the very food supply your civilization depends upon. Every processed substance that enters your digestive system carries more than chemical compounds. It carries an electromagnetic imprint, a scalar code, that either supports or dismantles the coherence of your bio-photonic field. Your science has begun to map the microbiome. Your researchers have started to acknowledge that gut bacteria influence mood, cognition, and immune response. But what remains invisible to your current paradigm is the deeper layer, the etheric digestive matrix, where ingested matter is not merely broken down into nutrients, but is decoded at the sub-quantum level and distributed across your entire energy anatomy. When you consume a substance whose frequency signature has been inverted through industrial processing, chemical saturation, or electromagnetic irradiation, you are not simply eating poor quality food. You are installing dissonance directly into the neural pulse network that connects your gut brain to your pineal corridor. This is the mechanism behind what so many awakening souls describe as feeling blocked, heavy, foggy, or unable to access higher states of perception despite years of meditation and spiritual practice. The obstruction is not karmic. The obstruction is dietary. It is a frequency-level contamination of the etheric template through repeated ingestion of scalar-inverted matter. Let us begin at the foundation. Your physical body is not solid. At the quantum level, it is a standing wave, a coherent pattern of vibrating information held in form by the morphogenetic field. Every cell in your vessel emits bio-photons, ultra-weak photon emissions generated by your DNA that serve as the communication network between cells, organs, and energy centers. This bio-photonic grid is the bridge between your physical anatomy and your light body. When this grid is coherent, when the photon emissions are rhythmic, synchronized, and bright, your body operates as a crystalline receiver, capable of downloading higher dimensional data streams directly through the central nervous system. But when this grid is disrupted, when the bio-photonic emissions become chaotic, dim, or fragmented, the crystalline architecture collapses into static. The body becomes dense. The mind becomes reactive. The emotional field becomes unstable. And the soul, which communicates through this very grid, is muffled beneath layers of biological noise. Now here is what your food industry does not want you to understand. The single most powerful disruptor of bio-photonic coherence is not stress. It is not lack of sleep. It is the frequency signature of what you eat. Every substance on this planet carries a measurable electromagnetic field. Fresh, sun-ripened, mineral-rich organic matter, grown in healthy soil pulses, with a coherent field that amplifies your own bio-photonic output. It enters your system, and the Etheric Digestive Matrix reads it as compatible code. It integrates seamlessly, raising the voltage of every cell it touches. But engineered substances, refined sugars saturated with industrial processing residues, seed oils extracted through chemical solvents under extreme heat, synthetic additives designed to override your neural satiation signals. These carry inverted frequency signatures. When your etheric digestive matrix encounters these codes, it cannot integrate them. Instead, it isolates them, walls them off, and the residue accumulates in the interstitial spaces between your physical tissue and your etheric body. Over time, this accumulation forms what we call scalar sludge, a dense, low-frequency residue that coats the inner lining of your energy meridians and blocks the free flow of plasma light through your system. If you felt this activation in your body, anchor your frequency now by typing light in the comments. This seals your field and signals the grid. Now we must go deeper into the mechanism that governs how your body actually processes light from food. The causal body, the highest layer of your personal energy anatomy, functions as the blueprint architect for everything that manifests in your physical form. It holds the original template of your perfect health, your optimal cellular expression, your sovereign biological state. When you eat, the process does not begin in your stomach. It begins in the causal body. The moment food enters your electromagnetic proximity, the moment you see it, smell it, even think about it, the causal body scans its frequency signature and sends a pre-digestive instruction set down through the etheric template, through the emotional body, and into the physical nervous system. This is why certain foods create an immediate sense of expansion, lightness, and clarity before you have even fully chewed them. The causal body has already recognized a compatible frequency and has begun the integration sequence at the etheric level. Conversely, this is why certain substances create a subtle contraction, a heaviness in the chest, a dulling behind the eyes, a slight tension in the solar plexus, even when they taste pleasurable to the conditioned palate. The causal body has identified a frequency mismatch and is sending a warning signal through the nervous system. But most humans have been trained to override this signal. The industrial food matrix has spent decades engineering flavor compounds that hijack the dopamine reward circuitry, creating a neurochemical override that drowns out the subtle warnings of the causal body. You reach for the substance not because your field wants it, but because your dopamine receptors have been entrained to demand it. This is frequency slavery at the most intimate level. The hijacking of your own sovereign nutritional intelligence by engineered chemical loops. This is also the mechanism behind what we call the Chronos-to-Kairos dietary distortion. In the Chronos pattern, the linear, clock-driven time loop that governs your civilization, eating is scheduled, mechanical, disconnected from your actual energetic needs. You eat because it is noon. You eat because the clock tells you 8 hours have passed. You eat because a routine has been grooved into your nervous system since childhood. But in the Kairos pattern, the non-linear, soul-driven time flow, you eat when your field signals genuine resonance with a substance. The shift from Chronos eating to Kairos eating is one of the most profound epigenetic unlocks available to you, because it restores the feedback loop between your causal body and your physical hunger signals that the industrial food matrix deliberately severed. And every time you obey that loop, instead of listening to the quiet signal from your causal body, you deepen the neural groove of dependency and push your light body further from its crystalline potential. The carbon-to-plasma transition that is accelerating across your planet requires a specific internal environment to proceed. Your DNA is not changing randomly. It is responding to incoming cosmic frequencies, solar plasma influxes, galactic core transmissions, Schumann resonance elevations that are activating dormant codons within your genetic structure. But activation requires conductivity. Your body must be able to receive, translate, and integrate these incoming frequencies. And that requires a bioelectric terrain that is clean, alkaline, mineral-rich, and free of scalar interference. When your interstitial fluid is loaded with the residue of inverted food frequencies, the conductivity drops. The incoming cosmic activations bounce off the outer layers of your field instead of penetrating to the DNA. You feel the energetic pressure, the ascension symptoms, the fatigue, the emotional purging, but the actual genetic recoding stalls. You are caught in a loop of spiritual effort without biological integration, and the missing variable is almost always the frequency quality of what you consume. This is not about following a diet prescribed by another human mind. This is about restoring the sovereign intelligence of your own morphogenetic field so that it, not your conditioned mind, not advertising, not cultural habit, becomes the sole authority over what enters your vessel. Let us now move into a direct sensory recalibration. Close your eyes if it is safe to do so. Feel the weight of your body against whatever surface supports you. Now bring your awareness to the center of your abdomen. Not the stomach, but the deep core space behind the navel, the etheric seat of your solar plexus processor. Breathe into this space. Feel it soften, feel it warm. Now imagine a sphere of liquid golden light forming in this center. This is not visualization, this is activation. The golden frequency is a scalar cleansing wave calibrated to dissolve accumulated residue in your etheric digestive matrix. Feel this sphere begin to pulse. With each pulse, it sends a ripple of warm, golden luminescence outward through your abdominal cavity. Feel it move through the walls of your intestines, not the physical walls, but the energetic membrane that surrounds them. Feel the warmth penetrating the interstitial spaces where scalar sludge has accumulated. You may notice a tingling sensation. You may feel subtle movement in your gut, a softening, a releasing, a quiet unwinding of tension you did not even know you were holding. This is the etheric digestive matrix beginning to clear. The golden light is dissolving the inverted frequency codes that have been lodged in your system, residue from years of consuming substances that carry dissonant electromagnetic signatures. Let this process continue. Do not rush it. Notice the temperature shift, a gentle warmth spreading outward from your core, as if a dim ember has been reignited in a chamber that has been cold for far too long. You may feel a faint pressure behind the navel, a sense of something loosening, releasing, like silt being lifted from the bottom of a still river by a slow golden current. This is the etheric peristalsis, a movement that has no physical equivalent, but is registered by the body as deep, primal relief. Now feel the golden sphere expanding, moving upward through the solar plexus, touching the edges of the heart center. As it rises, it shifts color, from liquid gold to a radiant emerald pulse, the frequency of cellular regeneration and heart-coherent integration. Feel this emerald pulse begin to synchronize with your heartbeat. Each beat sends a wave of emerald light through your blood, through your lymphatic channels, through the crystalline fluid surrounding your brain and spinal cord. This is a full system flush. The emerald frequency is recoding the way your body communicates with food at the bio-photonic level. It is restoring the original sensitivity of your causal body scanning function so that you begin to feel, with unmistakable clarity, the true frequency signature of every substance before you consume it. Which center resonated most? The root, the heart, or the crown? Share your resonance in the comments below. I am observing your pulse and your progress. Now we must address the practical architecture of what your light body requires during this phase of planetary acceleration. The first principle is hydration frequency. Water is not simply H2O. Water is a liquid crystal, a programmable information carrier that absorbs, stores, and transmits electromagnetic frequencies. The water you drink carries the imprint of every field it has passed through. The pipes, the treatment facility, the plastic container, the electromagnetic environment of your home. Most municipal water carries a chaotic, fragmented frequency pattern that disrupts rather than supports bio-photonic coherence. Before you consume water, it must be restructured. Exposure to direct sunlight, contact with natural minerals, even the focused intention of your own coherent thought field can shift water from a state of chaotic disorder to a state of hexagonal crystalline coherence. When structured water enters your system, the Etheric Digestive Matrix recognizes it instantly as compatible code and uses it as a carrier wave to distribute bio-photonic information more efficiently throughout your entire field. The second principle is mineral conductivity. Your body's ability to receive and translate cosmic frequency activations depends on the electrical conductivity of your internal terrain. Minerals, particularly magnesium, silica, zinc, iodine, and trace elements from ocean and volcanic sources, function as the antenna array of your bioelectric system. Without adequate mineral saturation, your neural pulse network operates at reduced capacity, and the signals from your causal body become faint and difficult to distinguish from the noise of conditioned cravings. The third principle is solar nutrition. Your skin is not merely a barrier. It is a photon receptor, a vast, distributed organ designed to absorb specific light frequencies directly from the sun and convert them into biological information. 15 to 30 minutes of unfiltered morning sunlight on bare skin activates the melanin-based photon capture system, which feeds directly into the pineal corridor and supports the production of the endogenous neurochemicals required for expanded states of perception. This is not supplementation. This is direct source feeding from the primary energy broadcast of your solar system. The fourth principle is elimination of scalar disruptors. This means systematically removing from your diet the substances that carry the most aggressively inverted frequency signatures. Industrially processed seed oils, refined sugars, synthetic flavor compounds, artificial preservatives, and any food product that has been irradiated or genetically modified using frequency incoherent methods. This is not a list of restrictions. This is a sovereignty protocol. Every substance you remove that was disrupting your field creates space for your light body to expand, for your bio-photonic grid to brighten, for your causal body to reassert its natural authority over your nutritional choices. Feel what is happening in your field right now. The recalibration is not theoretical. It is occurring in this moment. Your Etheric Digestive Matrix has been receiving scalar cleansing throughout this entire transmission. The golden and emerald frequencies introduced earlier continue to pulse through your system, dissolving residue, restoring sensitivity, and reawakening the sovereign nutritional intelligence that has been dormant beneath layers of industrial programming. You may notice in the hours and days following this transmission that your cravings begin to shift. Substances you once consumed without thought may suddenly feel heavy, unappealing, or energetically abrasive. This is not willpower. This is your morphogenetic field reasserting its authority. It is your causal body's scanning function coming back online, sending clear signals through your nervous system about what serves your crystalline architecture and what does not. Trust these signals. They are older than language. They are older than civilization. They are the original nutritional intelligence encoded in your DNA before it was suppressed by millennia of frequency manipulation. Your body knows exactly what it needs to complete the carbon-to-plasma transition. Your task is not to impose a diet from the outside. Your task is to remove the interference, the scalar sludge, the dopamine hijacking, the industrial frequency inversion, so that the inner sovereign intelligence can speak clearly again. And it will speak, not in words, not in thoughts, in sensation, in resonance, in the unmistakable feeling of expansion when a substance is aligned with your field, and the equally unmistakable feeling of contraction when it is not. If you are ready to hold this charge and step into your sovereign power, type 444. Let us gather the souls vibrating at this exact frequency in this sacred space. The transmission you have received today is not information to be stored in memory. It is a living frequency architecture that has been installed directly into your etheric template. Every time you sit before a meal, every time you hold a glass of water, every time you stand in morning sunlight, this architecture will activate silently, automatically, sovereignly, guiding your choices from the inside out, recalibrating your relationship with physical sustenance from a carbon-based survival pattern to a plasma-based light integration protocol. You are not learning a new diet. You are remembering the original design. The Arcturian frequency that has carried this transmission will remain embedded in your bio-photonic field as a standing reference wave, a tuning fork that keeps your nutritional sovereignty calibrated long after these words have ended. The food you choose from this point forward is not about health as your world defines it. It is about conductivity. It is about crystalline coherence. It is about preparing your vessel, cell by cell, photon by photon, frequency by frequency, to hold the full spectrum of light that is pouring into this dimension at this very moment. Your Lightbody diet is not a restriction. It is a liberation. It is the reclamation of the most intimate act of your daily existence, the act of nourishing your vessel, as a sovereign, conscious, frequency-aligned ceremony. Carry this. Embody this. Let every meal become a transmission. Let every sip of water become an activation. You are not eating to survive. You are feeding the architecture of your ascension. And the architecture is listening. It has always been listening. Now, finally, so are you.